Hey, welcome to the Soapbox Podcast. I'm your host, TJ Legacy, and this is going to be a special locker room edition of the Soapbox Podcast, Soapbox Sports, as we watch the NBA draft. I'm here with my man, 50 Grand. Was good, Alan York. How you doing, man?
What's the word? What's the word? You know, if you see me working the phones, it's because I am doing some front office negotiations on behalf of the Orlando Magic and the New York Knicks. So I'm working on some trades. You know, I'm working on some roster upgrades. So bear with me. But I'm feeling good, man. TJ, how you feeling?
Yo, I'm feeling really good. Actually, man, I've had a good week. Like, I've really had some epiphanies in my life where it's just like, I don't know. I feel like I got my power back, my swagger back. As Austin Powers says, my mojo, and so I'm actually feeling really good. But we had a lot of stuff to talk about. I know we want to talk about the Drake album, talk about Beyonce's album. Actually, let's do that first. But before we get into the NBA draft and everything, shout out to Soapbox Nation. What's up, Lisa? So what's up? So it's been a minute. How's it going? Hey, we're good. We're good. The ladies are. I think Jesse might pop up. I know Giovanni's on vacation, so much love to them. But we're here. We're just chilling. We ain't going nowhere, but it's good to see you. Let us know how you're doing. And if you have any questions, commentary, please make sure hit us in the comment section. And for those watching at Soapbox Podcast, or those who want to follow us, Soapbox Podcast at Soapbox Podcast with 2X. Yo, I got to ask you, my man, because a lot has been said. Let's start with Drake first, right? So Drake put out an album. Huh?
I said Drake.
Drake put out an album, right? And what's the name of the album again? It's
Honestly,
Never Mind. Honestly, Never Mind. So he put out. Shout out to some of these mamas in the NBA draft. Let me not. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Some of the mamas got the goal up already. Shout out to them. Shout out to mothers. All right, so we support mothers 100% here on the Soapbox Podcast.
We are a mother-friendly podcast. I can't confirm.
But he has a very attractive. This Jabari kid, his mama's fine. I'm sorry.
And he's like one of the few lottery picks who has a black mom. So shout out to him.
Really?
The
other dude he's Hispanic.
So so what they do is now they do like this interesting in the NBA draft, right? So they bring out the kid and then they'll bring out two people. A lot of times it'll be their parents, sometimes it'll be one parent and like a sibling or whatever. All I'm saying is it just looked like the swirler draft when everyone was being announced. So
you know what? Not to go off topic, but that is actually the way of the world. It's happening more and more often where you got people swirling.
Yeah, well, and I think it's kind of always
been ain't no wrong with that.
It's always been that way for athletes. And to shoot them some bail, it is like, by proximity. Like a lot of these kids' pops were athletic and in D1 schools and PWIs, and then so they tend to mix with the other athletes, which just so happen to be predominantly Anglo-Saxon, and then they have babies, and the babies go to the league and stuff like that. So shout out to them.
His mama stood up. That his mom for real? Is that his lady?
Who, Jabari's?
Yeah.
I do believe that is his mother.
His mom is fine.
Yeah, you got to think, TJ. These kids are like 18, so like the moms are like our age.
I have yes. I know.
So they're closer to us than they are to the kids.
Yes, because I am in that bracket where dating a 45-year-old is not out of the question, but also dating a 23 to 24-year-old is not all. It's also not out of the question either.
The range.
Yes, we got range. We shooters shoot.
The range.
All right. So Lisa says, so how disappointed do I need to be with this Magic pick tonight? Alan, give us some breakdown. Tell us about the kid from Duke. What's his name? Pablo?
Pialo. You should not be disappointed with the pick. He is very good. It was thought that we were going to get Jabari Smith, but we pulled the wool over everyone's eyes. We got Pialo. You should not be disappointed. I think he's going to be incredible with the Magic. He's definitely what we need size-wise, physicality-wise, and playmaking-wise. So I would definitely not be disappointed at all. Go Magic.
And I will say, Lisa, that you don't need to be disappointed because he is going to be very good with the Magic until they trade him eventually, and then he's going to become a superstar elsewhere. And that's what happens with the Orlando Magic.
We've never let go of superstars.
It's their history. Ben Wallace, Shaquille O'Neal, like the list goes, Doc Rivers, like the list goes on and on. The Magic will just give up, and then all of a sudden he would just be like, you know what? I like basketball again.
Shaq left us. You know what I'm saying? That was his prerogative. And Ben Wallace, we had to trade for Grant Hill, which, one could say that didn't pan out as it should have. But
you know what I don't like?
That counts.
You know what I don't like? And I know we're going to get to the Drake thing. Here's what I don't like about, like, they do these comps during the draft where all of a sudden, like, these expectations are just way too high. Like, they just compared this guy, Jabari, to, they're like, oh, his ceiling is Kevin Durant. Like, Kevin Durant is a generational player. Like, so if he doesn't hit that Kevin Durant status, people are like, oh,
well, that's why they have the other comparisons. That's why they have the other comparisons, right? Like, our guy was compared to Michael Beasley. Like, I think you can live up to Michael Beasley comparisons. You'll be all right.
Like Michael Beasley in college or Michael Beasley now? Or in the NBA?
Not now, but Michael Beasley in general. I mean, Michael Beasley in the league, skill set wise.
So he's basically, Michael Beasley was a role player, but every once in a while, about 20 games out of the season, Michael Beasley will drop 30 on you and be like, damn,
right.
he's supposed to be a superstar.
Right. He's a walking bucket. He's always been a walking bucket. It's just about getting him in the right system. So, and we have plenty of shot opportunities here for anyone who wants to come to the Magic. Kevin Durant.
Do you think, speaking of, all right, because what about, I mean, I would love to see Kyrie play for the Lakers. That would.
I'm sure you would love that. I'm sure.
I would. I know you would because you're a Laker hater and you think Lakers get everybody. But
they sure don't. But I am a Lakers hater.
Yes, I would love to see that.
Listen. It would be very good for like NBA media, talking heads, I guess like ourselves, sports talk radio. It would be very interesting. It definitely would be a movie every single year. I think
Kyrie would be motivated. I think Kyrie would be motivated to be like, all right.
I don't know.
Because if Kyrie goes to LA, Kevin Durant's gonna be like, get me out of here. Trade me now.
Initially I didn't think that was gonna be the case because I felt like Kevin Durant has a lot of pride and like he wants to just kind of stand on his decision. But the way that I'm looking at that Nets roster, it's like unless they can pull a miracle off, they have absolutely no chance of doing anything unless they can, pull in a third team possibly from a Kyrie trade and get some valuable assets or like a borderline superstar because that roster is super, super thin. Super, super, super thin.
I will say this as we watch another player get drafted from the NBA, if you are my son and you can have your girlfriend there, whether it's the NFL draft or the NBA draft, but she gets no camera time. This guy just did a full-on dap handshake, like with his girl, like, okay, buddy.
That might have been his sister, because she definitely looks like the mom.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I'm just saying, no, I have a strict no girlfriend policy. She's not sitting next to you in the thing. She's there. She can be at the table, but she's not sitting next to you. We're not doing that. We're not doing that because you never know what could happen. I'm just be like, hey, you got to be smart about it. I don't know if you remember years ago, a draft pick. I think it was Isaiah Wilson He was an offensive tackle from Georgia, and his girl, who was white, is a black dude. His girl was all sitting on his lap, and the mother literally had to physically like drag her,
remove her. Yes, I do remember that.
And because she was doing the most, hugging him and all. Nah. She could be there.
I mean, it's the biggest moment of your significant other's life. So I definitely understand.
The girlfriend, you do realize if you're worried about, well, I want to make sure I mark my territory, so these hoes out here don't try to come at him. Let me just say, hoes don't care. Hoes will shake your hand.
And I don't think the women do it for that reason, because they're coming off a college campus. They know. But
it's different. College campus from a dude who's getting a scholarship, well, back then scholarship and no NIL. But going into the pros means you got a whole nother level of women at your disposal.
That's what I'm saying. Even if you know, like in college, if you're the top basketball player, they're all flocking them at you. They're all flocking at the guy. So you're already like, it's just going to be that times 1,000 and not within your eyes reach.
I've seen it with my own two eyes. I remember speaking with a college athlete at a major college campus in the SEC. And I was talking, and while he was walking, a truck, and I'm literally, a truck full of white women was like, they yelled his name out of the car and was like, hey, it was like 10 o'clock in the morning. Hey, and he was just like, oh, hey, like, oh my God, are you going to be at the such and such? Yeah. And I'm like, man, if he wasn't talking to me, he could hop in that car right now. He could hop in. And I immediately was like, yo, do you know how much? But it's also very scary because you understand, like the story that I reported on, like it can be that easily taken away from you if they get mad at you for something. There she is.
What's poppin'? What's poppin'? What are we talking about?
We are actually talking about what were we talking about? I'm sorry. You're how are you, Jesse?
Okay, here.
The globe distracted me a little bit. I had to get my bearings together.
Stop it, DJ.
We were talking about NBA draft.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. Do your thing. Talk. It gives me time to put on lip gloss and stuff.
Well, no. Please let us know.
He said no. Like, oh no, don't do that. Don't.
Please let us know what is the name of the new body butter you're wearing.
Yes, because
I'm actually using this. It's so funny that you ask. Let me close it.
See, I mean,
I'm knowing about body butter because I'm just like.
It's a Cape Verdean product actually. It's called Mama and Mila. It's coconut oil. And yeah, I just slather that on my body really quick.
You said slather?
Is that
lather?
Oh, whatever. Slathered, lathered?
Whatever it is, you made it seem like you was a rib.
Oh, okay. That's fine. I'll be a rib.
Just slather it on this body.
That's right, period.
Hey, I see. You know what? I do want to talk to you about something, Jesse, because I've been seeing this on social media this week, and this is something new. There's a new anonymous sexual harassment app that's out for women to post and say, ask me anonymous questions or something.
Oh, yes.
I actually just did that today.
So I just wanted to let you know. I just wanted to ask you how much sexual harassment, because I saw it and I was like, oh, this is immediately a bad idea. Anonymous, they can say whatever to you anonymously.
They really
bad
can.
Idea.
It's hilarious. It's not a bad idea. I think it's funny because it gives people courage. Stuff that they'll say like without like their names being out there. And it's funny. I mean, I think the most crazy, I haven't really gotten any crazy questions yet, but someone has asked me like,
I'll fix that. Soapboxx Nation, if you are listening, Jesse wants you to tell her exactly how you feel.
Whatever.
Let it be known in her anonymous inbox. Go ahead.
Whatever.
Jesse.
Somebody asked me what is the wildest thing I ever done. I didn't respond because not everything needs to be for the internet. You're not about to know that. Somebody asked
me. You said the street. You let the streets know that you're not doing OnlyFans. We were all disappointed. I mean, they were disappointed.
Sorry. That's not gonna happen. It's so funny because actually I had recently posted a video, which was like a comedic video, but a lot of people were offended by it. And somebody in particular had commented and they were like, oh, you should just do an OnlyFans. Like you would make more money with that and just basically like shut the fuck up. And I blocked them because you're a funny guy. And I'm still not going to do an OnlyFans because that's what you think I should do. I'm not doing it. But another person had asked me like, how many father of my children I have. Like, no, they said, oh, do your kids all have the same children? I did not respond to that because I have in the past. So I'm just not gonna, go back.
You said, do your kids have all the same children? I just want to let you know.
Father.
Yes. Block them.
Block. I did. And there was another girl who was being super disrespectful, but it's so funny because she literally comments on all my posts and she just criticizes everything. And I've never blocked her, but today she took it a little too far.
Wait. Time out. I thought this was anonymous.
It is.
No, this is actually in Jesse's wild ass DMs. This is not anonymous. The anonymous stuff, they're just getting ramped up. They're just testing the fences like Jurassic Park. They're just seeing what they can get away with. Next week is gonna be wild.
Yeah. Nah, but no, the anonymous thing, what I was talking about before wasn't anonymous, but the other stuff I said prior to that was anonymous.
Can they send pictures?
I don't know who asked that.
Or is it just questions?
I got a lot of questions that I'm just not going to answer because it's just too personal, and I just feel like there's just some things that you can leave off the internet.
Like what? What's a personal question that they asked you that you're not going to answer?
What was the freakiest thing I've done, and how many? I mean, it's not like the BDs like that. Yeah, you don't need to know that.
What you do is you revert those people. You say, you know what? This is a great question. Please tune into the Soapbox this Thursday. I will be fielding your anonymous questions
live. We should answer some of those questions on the podcast.
Listen, man. I did not.
I like that.
I didn't take a marketing class for no reason.
You're a genius.
Yes.
Okay, I can do that.
That could be like a whole segment.
Yeah, I can actually do that.
I would love it.
Shut up, TJ.
I would love to hear your answers. I think you would do really well at that.
Yeah, there's actually some more questions coming in that I have not responded to, but I get
okay. So they ask you. I'm sure because I thought when I saw this, I was like, this is gonna be somebody's gonna say something, and they're gonna make this anonymous app, and then all of a sudden, I was like, I don't trust it because what's gonna happen is they're gonna switch it where the person who answers your question, then it doesn't become anonymous anymore, and then somebody's gonna get in trouble. Like it just looked like a whole bad idea.
You know, it's so funny that you say that because hold on, keep talking. Okay. For $9.99 a week, you can get actually a hint of who sent the message. So they tell you
see?
Yeah. So what it will say is that this person from New York or Brooklyn sent this message with the iPhone 13. It will do that. It won't tell you exactly who it was. But like, for example, like me, like if somebody from Chicago had said something, then I have a pretty good idea who it was. But literally, recently, all the people who have been sending me messages are from like Brockton and New York, Luxembourg, and some other place called Melrose, which I don't know where it's at. But yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting what people will say when they're anonymous.
They, you know what they say? Everything is content. That's what they say. Everything is content. So whatever you think people are interested in, you can definitely monetize that in some sort of way or platform. And especially somebody like Jesse who has a poppin' TikTok. Like, imagine the flood of users that she could bring in by answering.
Jesse, you see the comment section?
I don't think because we need her here because
Yes,
what we were doing, we were stalling because we needed to talk about her baby daddy's new album. Speaking of
Oh
baby
yes,
daddy.
that's right. Oh my gosh. First of all, whoever is hating, you're a hater.
Ooh,
Or
hold on.
Whoa,
maybe
whoa,
not
whoa,
even
whoa,
you're a
whoa,
hater.
whoa, whoa! How did we get there?
Wait, maybe you're not a hater. Maybe you just, oh, by the way, we're talking about Drake because that's my baby daddy.
Drake.
No.
Drake?
Maybe you guys simply just don't understand it, and that's okay. But for me, that album was it. Did any of you guys listen to it before I? Oh my gosh, she's so fine. Did any of you guys listen to it before we go further?
Yeah, I did. I gave it a couple of spins.
In its
Alright.
entirety.
And
What did
because,
you guys think about it, Alan? We're gonna start with you. Go ahead.
well, I was gonna say there was I felt like there was some initial apprehension on your end on the
Me?
on the off mic conversations, but I would like to see how it's grown on you. But for me, yeah, it definitely sounded better when I didn't listen to it at 12:30 a.m. for sure. So going into Friday, Saturday, I enjoyed it. The only thing that I will say is that there are critiques of the quality of it in regards to the house or dance genre. Like I posted on Facebook, I don't know enough about the house or dance genre to compare it to something else or to say it's good house music or it's bad house music.
It is. It's good.
I don't have a lot of point of references outside of sporadic singles. So just doing the regular ear test as a casual fan of house or dance, I did enjoy it.
Yes, of course you did.
Yeah, and then so it's one of those things where you just had to kind of like retrain your mind to know that it's not going to be a rap album. Because
exactly, that's the problem.
You're listening to something, you already have these preconceived expectations of what it should be.
Exactly.
And so once you strip those out, you're able to kind of level the playing field and level your ears and expectations. So that's my thought. TJ, what you thought of the album?
Yes, CJ. What did you think, Mr. TJ Legacy Cole? Because we saw a lot on your Facebook feed. So let us know.
The first time I listened to it, I was a little taken aback because it was late at night. I will say I listened to it at like 4:00 in the morning when it first came out.
Expected. Mm-hmm.
And it made me sleepy. I don't know if it was the album, so I had to listen to it again. I was cool with it. Like I liked it. I liked the 21 Savage, the song he has with 21 Savage.
Yeah, that one's good. That's my favorite, by the way.
I like the one. The beat is better than the actual song of itself, but like the instrumental of it. What else? I think he had the hardest line on the album though, where he says, "You ask your girl." He says, "You ask your girl how she's doing, and I tell her to come and fuck me." I was like, I immediately thought about Michael B. Jordan. I said,
"Dang,
what?"
Wow.
And I'll tell you why. Because he basically said what I said indirectly in a more lyrical way of "It's not your turn. She's not yours. It's just your turn." And it's just a boss ass line. Like, yo, some dudes out here like live by different rules and standards, and don't be mad that. You out here, like it's the same thing as what like Biggie said. It's like as soon as you drop that line, I creep up from behind and ask her what your interests are, who you be with. You know what I'm saying? Like
who you be with,
who you be with. You know what I'm saying? Like
what numbers did that? Yeah.
I dug that line. I also dug the whole what Drake was like. Don't say you a model unless you've been in Vogue. Like there are dudes on different levels to different things, and I like it. So it was. I did like Calling My Name. I don't know why they edited it on Spotify because I don't think it was edited at first. They actually said the P word, or am I mistaken? Did I just fill it in my head?
What do you mean by the P word? Because there's a lot of P words. Maybe
spell
it out.
He said your vajayjay is calling my name. He actually said the P word.
Pussy?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I apologize.
Why am I accepting myself? Pussy, yes. He said pussy on the album. And so I was like, cool. I like that. I was like, okay, I can get with it. You can
get jiggy with it. Okay.
So
I can. But when you listen to Drake, but I will say this: when you listen to his album, you can pick up some fellas. Don't be a hater. Sometimes you gotta humble yourself and pick up some game. You can listen to Drake, and when I listened to the album, like really listen to it, I was like, oh, I can see. I was like, oh, I see how. I was like, oh, I can see why you're whatchamacallit. I was like, I can see how he gets these girls. Like he's just a smooth. Like it don't make no sense.
He's smooth as fuck.
Ray J was notorious for saying this. We had to remember Alan. We used to talk about the Ray J offense. It was a lot of misdirection. He said a lot without saying nothing. And women.
Who, Ray J?
Yes.
No, Ray J was funny.
There's a different level of game out there that if you listen to some of these lyrics and what they're saying pertaining to the caliber of women that they get, you're like, oh, that's what they want to hear. So It's always about telling them what they want to hear rather than actually speaking truth. Because speaking truth won't yeah, you're right. I don't know why I was censoring myself. That's not what we
so listen,
exactly, Lisa.
We are about to give Jesse the platform to talk about the album. But since we're speaking of lines, I did want to say that he does have a line that I chuckled at. He said, "Yo, mama's the sweetest woman. You fell so far from the tree." Jesus Christ.
Amen. Amen.
So Jesse, please give us your authorized baby mama of Drake breakdown of this. Like, take us through the emotions. Like when you first heard it, the next day, like tell us all.
I'm still going through the motions, so I don't know if I can give you like a clear take. But a lot of people didn't like that it was a dance album, because if you were expecting a hip hop album, you're very disappointed. But if you actually are literate and you know how to read, it definitely said it was a dance album. No offense to you guys. No offense. You know, I'm just defending my baby daddy. But what I will say is that he has some really good songs on there. Jimmy Cooks is one of them, which my girl Katia was like, well, that's not a dance album. Like, sure, it's not a dance album, but the flow, the rhythm, like everything about that song is like perfect. 21 Savage is on it. TJ, you mentioned it. That song is just lit. It's lit. And I'm pretty sure we're going to hear that like all summer because.
But the album is not like a complete
hip hop. That was like literally the only, that was literally probably the only hip hop song on the whole album.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. There was another song, I think it was like Text Go Green. Another one, I think it was Falling Back. It was a dance album, but it was like the lyrics were so like relatable. If you were going through the situation or have been through the situation or know somebody who's going through the situation. But if you like sit there and like really like listen to it and vibe to it, I really do feel like you will enjoy it. But if you're like so stuck on like, man, this ain't a hip hop album, like fuck this shit is whack, then like yeah, you're gonna be mad. And like on the contrary, Beyonce just put out a song coming out of, I believe it's called the Renaissance album, which is kind of like the same type of flow. And the song that she came out with, it's like a rendition of another song called like Show Me Love, which I know that song because like I grew up, obviously I'm an 89, 90s baby. So I grew up to that type of music. And I believe she credited that artist with that song because of like just how like she made it. And I think that song was lit. Like I think it's good. TJ, I just want to call you out real quick because I just love doing that. But
yeah,
you definitely, yeah.
I'm just gonna do it. I'm just here.
Yeah. Oh shoot, my AirPods. But TJ, I just want to call you out because you put on your status, it's okay to admit that you don't like the Drake and Beyonce. Look, I like it, CJ. So I don't know who doesn't like it, but me personally, I like it because I listen to everything. I'm very diverse when it comes to my music. And I love that they kind of switched it up. And it's so, I don't know if it's like coincidental or whatever, but it's so funny that Beyonce and Drake kind of came out with the same type of flow. But I mean, it must be saying something because they're both very successful artists. And maybe that's just what's in right now. But what I will say is, fix your face, TJ. When I was listening to Beyonce and Drake, like both of their like Beyonce song and Drake's album, I definitely did get the feel like I was in a like I was shopping and like, you know, I'm just shopping and that's the music they play. Like when you're shopping, I definitely did get that type of vibe. But with Drake, it's like his lyrics, it kind of hits home, but the vibe is like a and I definitely like it. I love it. I'm not gonna lie. I love it. Both of them.
Do you plan on shaking your tail feather to any of these records anytime soon?
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, like me, I'm very diverse when it comes to my music. So I'm very happy that they put out this type of album because I like it. Me personally, I like it and I will definitely dance to it. I mean, I was blasting my music today, like cleaning and cooking to Beyonce and Drake because I loved it. Like, that's what I like. I like listening to different things.
This is a perfect example of people reading too much into social media and making their own judgments, right?
Oh yeah, TJ told us
because my status was not indicative of my stance on both albums.
Never said it was.
I actually agree with you 100%.
Oh,
because
wow, TJ agrees with me. You heard that?
Yeah.
I know you heard that.
Look, I don't know. We're gonna pray the sass demon out of. Because I'm in. Alan, have I had any swords tonight? I've just been here. But whatever. I'm telling you, people who are forward thinkers in the industry rarely get credit for what they do, right?
Yeah.
Now let's give credit, and y'all got to stay with me, right? Because it's the same thing. This is like when Kanye West did 808s and Heartbreak, right? When he did that album. Everybody was like, I don't like it, and this is and so people like that who are forward thinkers. So the fact that Drake put something out and Beyonce put something out in the same similar genre, that shows these people are not just artists. That means they have teams, they have marketings, they have trajectories, they have people who are in the business that says, this is what you need to do to expand your worth, to expand your clientele. And so they made a business decision to put those albums out or to put that link. And Drake damn sure put his out before Beyonce did, because if he put that album out after Beyonce put out his single, everybody would have been ragging on Drake, talking about, oh, he's just trying to copy Beyonce. So they did a smart business decision for him to go out and put this surprise out because nobody knew he was coming out with anything, not that I knew of. And he just put it out there because I'm pretty sure Birdie in the industry told him, hey, man, you need to put this out because Beyonce's planning on putting her album out. Contrastly, I like the business move, right? We got to start paying attention to how people move. Beyonce put something out, but before she put something out, because you ain't heard from Beyonce, before she put something out, you put out Jay-Z goes to the NBA Finals game with Blue Ivy, and Blue Ivy looking just like a young Beyonce, but Beyonce's not there. So everybody's talking about Blue Ivy, she's talking about Jay, and everybody's probably thinking indirectly, oh, where the hell's Beyonce? Wonder what Beyonce's been up to. Then she comes out talking about the Renaissance. I just like game. And we got to start paying attention to good game, whether it's lyrical content or whether it's marketing and business strategy, because all of it, it's not, I'm telling y'all, it's not a coincidence. It's all in strategy. They're hearing something. And so as far as the music of itself, Beyonce's song, I actually like the song. And I'm not the biggest fan of Beyonce's music as a whole. Like, I think she has some hits. She does have hits. I think she's one of the top 5 greatest performers of all time. But not all of her songs are great. And that's what my post was on social media. If you don't like Drake, if you don't like Beyonce's music, that's fine. No one should be universally liked. That's not why you put out content. You see what I'm saying? So it's okay to say, like, for instance, I get that when it comes to Star Wars or Marvel. Everybody feels like when they put out something, oh my God, it's great. Or WWE, oh, they put out a product, it's great. No, sometimes people can miss too. But I don't think Drake missed. I think he's just before his time and with this album, because now, similar to what the Migos did with their sound, now people are all gonna get up on game, learn the KPIs, the key performance indicators of his album, and they're gonna try to duplicate or give it some of that house, but also put some rap behind it, right? Similar, and I'll say this to I liken it to Flow Rider. Alan, remember Flow Rider when he
Yeah,
first came out?
apple bottom jeans.
Yeah, he came out right. Now Flow Rider makes music for white women for their bachelorette parties. Like he switched his whole sound to be like, because he knew he wouldn't, like T-Pain. He was like, look, I can't come out singing because nobody would rock with my music. But if I come out, what's the voice thing? What's the auto-tune?
Auto-tune.
Yeah, so I like business-wise and being able to adjust your brand or being able to adjust your sound in order to take a step back to move forward. So I respect it. But as far as Beyonce's song, the You Won't Break My Soul, this whole week, the theme of this week for me is getting your power back. Like getting your swagger back, making sure that you're putting good energy and making sure you got the right people around you. And I think and I honestly, I know usually brag on it, but it was an empowerment record. I actually understood it. And so I thought it was dope. Jesse, who thought I was going to brag on both albums. So
I was going off of what you posted, but okay, go off there.
Yeah. You see that? But yes. But no, my post was about people who were saying, oh my God, it was universal. Nothing is universally great. Nothing is universally good. And nothing is universally bad either. It's okay to criticize these people.
Exactly.
Yes. So, you want to hit us with the Alan moral of the story as we wrap? I know we got a shorter show tonight, but we'll be back in full effect.
Full effect. Jinx you on me.
So, Alan, hit us with your moral of the story, sir.
So the moral of the story today is something that has weighed heavily on my heart the last couple of weeks.
Tell us.
Fellas, it is okay if you guys want to wear shorter shorts. It is okay if you want to have your kneecaps out and all of that good stuff. We understand it. This isn't the 2000s, but under no circumstances should you be calling yourself a hoochie daddy. There's absolutely no reason for it. Do not
be a thotty daddy.
Push back on calling yourself a hoochie daddy, please. That's we have to have some dignity here. Like we have to draw a line somewhere, and that is the line that should be drawn. Wear whatever you want to wear, but just don't call me a hoochie daddy. Peace and love, y'all.
Bet. Jesse, what is your moral of the story? I'm gonna put you on. You want me to? Am I allowed, Mr. Producer? Am I allowed to give you the solo shot?
No.
Okay. No. Go ahead. What is your moral of the story, Jesse?
My moral of the story is if you're gonna be late, be fashionably late. If you're going to be late and it's wash day, like me, like it was today, make sure your hair is done so you don't have to keep fixing it on air. To all my curly hair bays, it's a struggle. So just make sure that you give yourself enough time to handle that because, like I said, it is a struggle. But, curly hair comes in all types of shapes and forms, and we're beautiful. And that's it. Love yourself, love your hair, love your mane, and be you. And don't be ashamed of it.
Shout out to Lisa saying that the curly hair is
it really is. I literally had to try to fix my hair this whole episode and it's still not where I need it to be. So that's that.
It's all good. My moral of the story is simple. Take your power back, man. It's simple. Take your power back. Make sure sometimes, and I'll say this, you got to have good people around you because sometimes you could allow people and how their self-esteem or their insecurities rub off on you and make you feel like you're not dope. You continue to let your light shine, continue to take your power back, continue to get your swagger. Make sure this week I was feeling confident. Confidence is increasing. Sexy is increasing. Shout out to everybody who has been very extremely nice. I hit a milestone this week, and we are gonna keep it pushing in the weight loss thing. And so shout out to everybody that's been super supportive and super inappropriate. I appreciate it all. I'm not used to that, but it's all good. It was okay. I appreciate it, but but it's okay to, so you can't isolate yourself and make yourself feel like, you got to share yourself with the world. That's my moral of the story. Share yourself with the world and make sure that you take your power back, man. And I'm doing that, and I'm feeling pretty damn good about it. So next week we will be back. So for Alan York, Jesse. Another shout out to Jesse. What is the cocoa butter and this thing that you're wearing?
Oh yes.
Because I'm about to just buy. I'm start getting gift baskets for friends.
The coconut oil is inside because I was using. Oh no, it is actually inside. The coconut oil. Oh no, it's right here. Stupid girl. The coconut oil is right here. So I use the Mama and Mila curling gel. It's wash day, guys, and the coconut oil on my body, and I also put it on my kids, and it's good for some other stuff. Ladies, message me. I'll let you know. That's what I use.
Wait, whoa! What is some other stuff? What do you mean?
I said ladies. Do you look like a lady, Alan? Do you look like a lady? No, you don't.
So but we have lady listeners, though.
I'm a rock star.
Get your life.
I'm a rock star. You see what this says? Rock star. Freedom.
Freedom. Exactly. Freedom to do and say what you want. Same here. Right. Period.
You're right about that. Hey, so for Alan York, for Jesse, for Giovanni, this is TJ Lexi. We the Soapboxx. Hey, we out here. Peace.